Have you tried sending more and more samples to the affiliates? Or maybe you tried spending more money on the ads even at the cost of low ROI? Or maybe once you were doing great, you were doing more than $100,000 monthly GMV, but now your revenue has started to decline? Then this video is for you, because in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how to scale any TikTok shop beyond 500,000 GMV per month without breaking the bank, without sending crazy amount of samples, without lowering the target ROI to like 1.2 or 3. And not only how to hit these numbers, how to be consistent with these numbers month over month. My name is Ali and I have generated over 42 million GMB on TikTok Shop so far. Here you can see how Rachel, before started working with us, she was sending close to 15-20 samples a day, and she had kept a very low target ROI with the GMV max set of like 1.4, but still she saw no real growth in GMV. But when we stepped in, we reduced the number of samples she was sending. We started getting the same number of content but with a much higher quality content, and we basically help her to hit her first $100,000 GMV month on TikTok Shop. Here you can see how for this shop in the last 20 days we did more than 500,000 GMV, whereas for this shop you can see how in the last 12 months we did close to 14 million GMV. That's almost like 1.2 million GMV per month. What's the secret behind this? The secret lies in working with the right creators. As a brand, you don't want to let poor quality creators promote your product, because these poor quality creators won't convert, your product won't convert, and TikTok algorithm hates it. And that's so important to work with the right creators. Now, even just to add on this, here's Kevin Fines. I'm working with him for one of our brand, and he's one of the biggest TikTok live streamers at the moment. He has more than 500,000 GMB, and he is one of the mega live streamers. Here you can see how I was doing a chat with him and he mentioned it, and if this floods the market, it's going to destroy the conversion rate on the product and wrecks my life. So I just want you to be careful on who you let in. So that is very important, who you let in. You want your product to be promoted by the right creators. Okay, so then what's the secret? If we only want to work with the right creators, it means that we are going to limit the number of samples we would be sending. We won't be like sending samples to any creators who would be requesting it. Then how can we get more content? The secret is, you have to have a system in place to get repeat content from your top performing creators. And you can get that by having creator communities and incentive programs in place. Now, people have tried making creator communities in the past. While some of them were successful, while most of them failed miserably. I've seen CEOs, COOs, chief marketing officer going inside the community, making 3-4 channels, messaging the creators themselves, trying to build any engagement, but they fail because their community looks like horrible. It looks extremely unsexy and just does not work. Now, we build our communities on a concept called gamify progress. The reason why playing video games become psychologically addictive is because they visualize progress per level that makes you feel like accomplishing those small micro wins. Think about it. You jump on something, big explosion, big celebration. And similarly, the ability to build your own characters, these are all visualized progression to the goals of winning the game. And that's what we exactly do with our communities. We are TikTok approved developers. We integrate Seller Center with the Discord community to show the real time GMV of these creators for our brand. And this is basically a leaderboard. And again, as I talk about visualize progress, these creators can see exactly where do they stand, what's their existing rank, how far they are from hitting different GMV tiers, because there are different incentive programs tied with different GMV tiers. And every time their rank changes, they would get a notification on Discord. They would also get a notification on WhatsApp. Our system also sends the most revenue generated videos in the last 7 days inside the Discord. And yeah, this looks a lot more attractive. This is also a lot more self-sustaining. But to add on this, we also like to send content ideas to our top performing creators, understanding their content style. Every creator has a different content style, so we understand that and help them with the content ideas. They absolutely love it. Now here is Louis, the account manager at Joms. Quite happy that we were able to hit 94K in 1 week. And he's saying that, if we can have 5 more creators like Mark, we could be hitting 1 million GMV per month. We need to keep growing our community. Now here you can see the chief operating officer of Sode brand. We are doing more than 500,000 revenue GMV per month here. And now, of course, we had to launch a new product, stackable set on Amazon and TikTok shop. So, he's basically asking me to throw out a crazy offer to our community and drive as much momentum as possible. So, again, it is not possible if you do not have a community. If you have a community, you want to launch a new product, you can just throw out a crazy offer with these kids, and from right off the bat, you can get high quality creators promoting that product. Um, and the problem with the traditional approach is that, right now it is not sustainable. The traditional approach involves sending 2,000, 3,000 target invites in a day. There's nothing wrong with that. It is quite easy, especially with the new softwares available in the market with the new different bots. But the problem is like every other seller in the market is also aware about these bots. They are using the same bots. And how can you possibly be successful and can stand out when you are following the same method and approach, which is actually not working anymore? Um, if you are keep experimenting with new creators, and if you are sending, for example, like 500 samples a month, you have to send like 500 samples a month to get 400 videos from affiliates, and the average sample cost on TikTok shop is around $10 to $15. So you're literally spending $5,000 to $7,500 worth of investment in the form of the samples, experimenting with the new creators, hoping, praying that these creators would do the research on the different possible angles, on the features and the benefits of your product, to see if they could possibly sell. While a small proportion of these creators would be able to do well for you, but a large proportion won't put any effort for making the video. So it's like you are investing so much money every month over month, experimenting with the new creators. But if you do not have the system in place, which needs to be a self-sustaining funnel, of course, to get repeat content from your performers, the creators who are able to sell for you, do you have the system in place to get 20, 30, 40 videos for you? And can you keep increasing this pool of high performing creators? The bigger the pool is, the higher the revenue you would do, and you would stay consistent. But if you don't do that, and if you every month you have to kind of experiment with the new creators, and you are doing what everybody else is doing and it's not working for them, this is what can happen. Even if your GMB is increasing at the moment, here are some examples of the brand who were doing great in the past. For example, this brand, they like their total GMV is 429 grams, but in the last 20 days, only $7,000 GMV. Similarly, here is another brand where their total GMV is 467K, but in the last 20 days, only $300 GMV. And here's another band with the total GMV of 821K. Definitely, they would have had few months where they were doing more than 100 grams monthly GMV. But now, in the last 28 days, this is basically the brand, the Reshine Hair Growth. In the last 28 days, their GMV is only 13K. So yeah, it is what it is. So you basically need to optimize the way how you are managing affiliates. And if this sounds interesting, I would love to talk to you.